Hello, welcome to the third class of syn301. We're going to keep working on this shot. Now we're going to add the second camera. In order to do that, we're going to go to shot. We're going to click add shot, navigate to the place where we have the footage. Just hit open, select the right frame rate. And of course, the first thing we're going to do, as we always do, is just to bleep all these frames, okay, and peel it all, clear all these bleeps, and just be sure to go to camera 1 and in the solver hit disabled, okay, because you don't want to be doing tests now on your second camera and having those tests to affect what you're doing or what you had on the first camera. Okay, so now we're gonna add our first tracker that is going to be a point that we know that we have surveyed or that we actually have tracked on the other camera. Okay, so just going to track this one, close it, and now we have two options. We can manually enter the position of this that we know, or we can simply link it to the tracker on the other camera that have that information already. So in order to do that, we need to go to the coordinates tab, and we need to switch this other view also to be a camera, and we can right click in here and tell it that is the other camera. Okay, now you'll see that they're going to play linked, so we go the closer we can to that point, and then we're gonna just zoom in here, and with this one selected we click the alt key and then just alt click that tracker. Now you will see that you have this blue cross, which means that this tracker is actually locked to the position of the solve point into the other camera. That it can be a surveyed point, or it can just be a point that already had solve position. Okay, so from now on, this is pretty much simple. We have to do the same with more points, so we can start aligning this camera to the first one. Here we have another tracking point that we need, that we have actually tracked on the other view. And we're going to try to do exactly the same thing, but I'm not sure what name I put in that one, so I'm just going to go 1 second to camera 1, and I'm going to check. This is the 551 in camera 1, so go back to camera 2, and in the coordinates I select again in here camera, and camera 1, and it's the 551. Okay, so alt and click into that one, so we have that one. Now we should probably need about 3 to this to start aligning, so I'm pretty much sure that one also have a corresponding tracker on the other camera, so I'm going to go ahead and track this one too. Oops. and close it. So I'm gonna check now on camera 1, which one was that? It should be this one, the 549. So go back to the coordinates and to camera 2. Select this one and camera in this side, camera 1, and is the 549. So I'll click to it. And let's try now what happened if I just solve this one. You'll see now that the second camera, it is aligned to the first camera. Okay, there's still a few things that are not very natural, don't look very normal in here, like the fact that this camera is actually moving down when it should be actually going a little bit up. So we still need to add quite a few more points to align both cameras, but we are in the right track right now. So to get the right um, or better orientation in this camera, it is good to actually have more common points between the two cameras and not just one, and not all the points in the ground. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to track something up here that I know that I can track on the other camera too. And now I'm going to track it on the other side because I'm pretty much sure I didn't do that. So what's going to happen? Probably backwards. Actually, I can do it on the top. I need to do it on the bottom. Or let's say here in the cross. And now do it on the other camera. So let's go to the to the first camera, and I'm going to get at least a few frames for this. It's probably not going to be much. But it's something. Okay, now take a look at this. In order for this to work, I need to go back to camera 2, and in the solver I'm going to disable this for now, go back to camera 1, I'm going to change this to refine, hit go, and this is going to solve the position for this one. Okay, so now I change this again to disable, go back to camera 2 and set this to automatic, and now I go and select this one, actually need to be on the coordinates tab, select this on also the camera, and camera 1, it's the 1138, so being selected in here, let's look for the 1138. 1138 is in here. I'll click. Okay, let's go again to the solver. Shift go. And now I get a result that I don't really like. Okay, so this can happen, of course. So it's probably the precision is not enough. So I'm just going to kill it. Okay, not really a good idea in this case. And I'm leaving this in here. I'm not usually I erase mistakes from the classes, but I'm not going to do it in this case because I just want you to see that these things can also happen. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it in here. Hit go again, so we go back to our previous solved, and there is some points in here that we actually need to have that are important. In this case, this one here low, this is the 000, and here you can see in detail the machine that was used to get all this information. Okay, so now let me track this point. And this one goes backwards too. So I close it. And in this case, I'm pretty much sure this is the 000. Let me check on my picture. This is not tracked on the other camera. Okay. Yeah, that's the 000. So I just, well, it's 000 here. Okay, so you just click lock point and don't need to put anything in here. So go back to the solver, hit go, and you will see that again this gets a little bit of a different alignment, and there are a few points in here that are actually moving with the camera, so that means that are far trackers, so we don't want them. There is another one that is moving along with the camera. See that one? Also gone. Okay, something went wrong. At this case, what we can do is just turn off the uh, constraint for the moment. And something is wrong in here. Who knows what? After I deleted those points, I'm not sure what happened. So I'm just going to kill this. Here you go again. Sometimes, that helps. Okay, in this case, it didn't. So I might have something or some points that are product of things are crossing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Can't tell exactly really what is happening in here, but something I'm going to do that sometimes helps is select different starting frames. So I'm just going to put in here 60 and in here 90, and I'm just going to try, and that did it. Okay, so if you get stuck with things sometimes, not solving correctly, you can, try just changing the initial frames, so the calculation it's done a little bit different, and that may, help. um, Turning on the constraint again, it will place back the camera where exactly where it has to be, and it will force this points. Okay, now in here we have tons of automatic created tracking points that are really, not that good. So you're probably going to have to trim that a bit, and you will see, you have a lot less error also when you do this without the constraint. But that can also be caused because you're not calculating the distortion right now. Okay, so let's take a look at what happened if we do this, actually calculating the distortion, and the error goes a lot lower, and the result is much better. So what I will say right now is clean up this a little bit, use the radar to detect points that have a high error, which they're not really many, but there are a few here on the tree. You know, trees are usually not the best thing to track. You know, they move. So we can change this now from automatic to refine. So we don't, do the full thing every time that we do a new solve or new solution. And we need to start now adding more things between the two shots. There's a few more tracking points that we can add that are not actually in both sides. This one, let me see. This one, it's an important one. It's solve 2 on the other camera. This little ball in here. So let's just drag that one. This one is gonna go from the back, reversed. And in this case, I'm just gonna hit target point, and I'm going to select camera 1 driveway. It's easier than go and do the whole thing. And shift go, and now you will see that both are solved much closer. That means our solution is starting to get better aligned between the two cameras. Okay, now you're gonna do all those points that exist between the two cameras. I'm not gonna go during the class and do it all because it will take probably a few hours, and there's many other interesting things to show you than that. But try to select multiple points and places, and I'm just going to show you exactly what I did between the two cameras so you have an idea. So this is what I actually did between the two cameras, and you can see the point cloud here in the back is very well aligned with the road. These are the tracking points resulting from the other camera, and it looks right now like I don't have any tracker other than the ones that I created, but I do have them. Okay, they're just hidden, so they don't bother me. You see, all these trackers that are the auto trackers, I just select them, all of them, and just click the little eye icon so they are hidden because I don't want to see them. They're just bother me during this process. So I just hit them all. And these are the tracking points that I was telling you that I actually created. Not all of them are linked to the other side. The ones that are linked to the other side, you can tell because there is a little blue cross on them. So there, this one, um, even even this one in here on the sign, um, I have one here in the top, but it's not actually linked. This is linked. This also is linked. But looks like for some reason I erase it, so probably I ended not liking it. Um, this is linked to the other side. It was not a survey point. This also is this little mark in the street. It's also linked. This marking, it's also linked to the other side. And I've pretty much linked, everything that I could to get a good alignment between the two cameras. So this is what we see. And take a look. The two cameras is, remember that in the past, the camera, when we started solving this, the camera was kind of like dipping into the end, dipping down. Right now it's not doing that anymore, because actually this part of the street kind of like goes up. So there is no reason for that to go down, but this is the correct alignment. Okay, so now we're going to add the third camera, and also have in mind that I did the solution, the not the solution, sorry, the lens workflow. So I got this undistorted and actually got rid of the value that I had in here, and I only kept the one that goes here on the image preparation setup. Okay, so that's something you need to do, and don't forget about that. Now that we're going to add the third camera, first we go to the solver and we are sure that this one is disabled and that camera one it's also disabled. So let's go to shot, add a shot. Let's go to camera 3. And as you can see, this was actually 3 pictures. I just opened them in Photoshop and I created a panoramic out of it. I erased some cars that were moving with using pieces and parts of the other photos where the cars were not in there. I tried to had no cars in here. Okay. And in this case, it's going to be pretty simple because we do not have really nothing moving. Okay, so we're just going to go to the tracker and add some stuff that we know that is on the other side, and just close it and keep closing it. I'm not sure if we see this one from, well, we don't see this one from the first camera, from the second camera, but we see this from the first camera. Okay, and we also see this one, and we also see this one. We also see this one. What else we have? We also see this. What else? Well, that's probably a good start. Let's start linking these ones and see what happened. Now, to link between these other two cameras and the third one, it's a little bit more uh, tricky. Okay, first, in order to do that, you need to go to the preferences, and you need to turn off. Where is? Let me find it. You need to turn off the enable Maya mode in the perspective view, because in order to do this you need to use alt click on the perspective view, and if you have the Maya navigation installed on the perspective, then it will not work. Okay, um, so you can use to do this the camera perspective view, and just switch to the first view, lock the perspective to that view, go to a frame, it was frozen in this frame, go to a place where you can see those trackers, and just right click and view, freeze on this frame. Now we can change to the camera that contains the trackers that we want to link. We're just going to select the link, and we can with the A, with the S and D, we can change the frame that is frozen. Okay, so we can go closer, further away, and with this one selected, we just alt click and we link it. So go back, select this one, alt click and link it. Keep going back, select this one and link it. Do I have any more in there? Yes, I have more. Keep going backwards. No, I'm not sure which one is which, and these are far away, so I'm not gonna link them for now. Not those ones. Okay, gonna take a look on the other side. This one is this one. So, and this one is this one. This one is that. And I believe that is what I have so far. Oh, I have this one too. So let me go back. That one is this one. So I link it too. So now we can go to the solver on this view, and we can select in here indirectly, hit go, and this will put the camera where it exactly has to go to work, with the other part. And you can, if you want in here, to click the calculate distortion, and it will do so. And you should select more frames, not only these ones that I selected in here, but this just is for the purpose of show you how it works. Now I'm going to do the same with the other camera. I'm just going to go ahead and add the fourth camera. So it's pretty much the same. We just go to shot, add shot. Just add this one. And do the same, sorry, do the same thing. Add the trackers for what you can see that is common to both cameras. Go to the tracker, add these points, I don't have matching here, so I actually had to add a few more around. But we can also do the same. We can go to which camera? Camera 1. Go around here. Take a look at what we have, what we added in there. Like we have this marking, that marking, that marking. Okay. So let's go to camera 4. And this could be a lot easier if we actually just use also the camera and perspective, and we lock the perspective to camera 1. Remember, you have to unfreeze it so you get to a point where you're comfortable with what you're seeing. So now freeze on that frame, and in the camera go to the fourth camera, and then we can try to find those points. This one seems to be this. And what else I have? This I don't see, unfortunately. Although I do see this. And I do see also this. And this is a complicated one. I do see this too. So let's start linking. Well, this is not. Remember, you need to go to the. You need to be on the coordinates in order to do that. and this one with that one. That should do it. If I go to camera 3, I'll make sure on the solver is disabled. Go to camera 4, select indirectly, and hit go. Oh, there you go. Now you have this one also aligned to that view. Of course, you need to add more trackers in here so it's more precise, and that's something good to do. And also something you can have in mind that views can be refined altogether if you want. It could be risky, it could get you better results, or not, but it's something that you can do. You can try. There's information that cross between all the cameras, and more stuff that you added later, so it will not probably not hurt unless you put something really bad that crossed everything with in the wrong place. But you can certainly do this. And right now we have the 4 cameras pretty well aligned. And even though I didn't actually added many trackers in this other not moving cameras, but they're pretty well. If you add more, you will actually get something pretty good. And let me show you what I put in here. On camera 4, you see I have some trackers up here, all these ones here in the bottom. I have the lens distortion too on this camera. On camera 3, these are all the trackers that I actually linked between the 2 cameras. Camera 2, well, I showed you that before. So I hope you enjoyed this. I think it's pretty useful. If you have any questions, please remember I'm in the forums, and I will get you the answer as soon as possible. Thank you very much.